That's Johnny, everybody. He was a cop. We like him anyway, though. All right. Next up, everybody please welcome Megan Littlecarty.
Hello. So I'm 49, and some people say that I don't look as old as I really am, and I really have Robert Smith of The Cure to thank for that. When I was in high school, most of the girls were laying out in the sun with baby oil trying to get suntanned, but I really wanted that gothy pale look, so I just really stayed inside. In 1988, I moved to Bristol, Tennessee from the Cleveland, Ohio suburbs, and it was seriously one of the most traumatic events of my entire life. So, one of the things, it was just, I didn't look like anybody here. I didn't have big mall bangs. There was no Polish food, and that's big. And everybody here is terrified of snow. But the biggest thing that was such a problem is that I couldn't understand anybody, and I didn't talk like they did. So people here would say 10 when I would say 10, and people would say, oh, that's oil. So people would say, bless your heart, and I would just say, fuck you. It was also traumatic moving here because I'm half Catholic. So my mom's Catholic and my dad's not, so we really just went to enough churches to be really messed up. But when we moved here, it was like, first thing that would come out of people's mouth is like, you don't sound like you're from here. I'm like, no, we just moved here from Cleveland, Ohio. And they're like, oh, do you have a church home? And we're like, no. Well, if you said no, all of a sudden they made it their life's mission to try and get you to come to their church. They couldn't quite figure out what was going on. I mean, I didn't know if maybe they were trying to get like years taken off purgatory or something like that, but they don't believe in purgatory. So I wasn't quite sure what was going on. But then I learned that if you told them you were Catholic, they were just scared of you. And just go like, there is one. So apparently the contest to get people to churches didn't include Catholics, but it didn't include my Jewish friends either, so it's all right. Some people are really afraid of Catholics, and I'm not really sure why, because most of us just really suck at it. I remember in school that I had a tract put into my desk at school, and it said, "Are Roman Catholics really Christians?" Oh wow, so I open it up and there's this comic in there, and it talks about how Catholics have the Satan's, what do they call it? I have to get this right. Satan's death cookie. Like, wow. Now that would be a way to get my friends to go to church, because goth kids love Satan and death, and everybody likes cookies. All right. So everyone's heard of Catholic guilt, and let me tell you that it is a real thing. It's absolutely at the worst at Christmas time. Right now, I'm feeling all this guilt because I don't do Elf on the Shelf. My oldest son is 24, and so he was old enough that like they didn't have Elf on the Shelf, so I was lucky there. My middle kid's 16, and he was always in trouble, so he didn't want some creepy little fucker monitoring his behavior all the time, so I didn't have to do it then. But now I have this 9-year-old daughter, and she's dying to have the Elf on the Shelf. And so why can't we have it? Why can't we have it? And I really just want to tell her that I don't want to give you an Elf on the Shelf because it's just one more thing that I have to lie to you about. I mean, I lie to you about Santa Claus, I lie to you about Easter Bunny, the Tooth Fairy, I lie to you when I say that cereal is an acceptable dinner food. So I think I might just tell her that Jesus didn't have an Elf on the Shelf, and so we can't have one. Yes.